Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm coming back with another little desktop calendar box. But I made last year, oh it's about 2 years ago, no maybe about a year ago, I made the really long one for the long post-it notes. But I've been asked to do a slightly smaller one that fits the post-it notes. I do have proper post-it notes, but not very big ones at the moment. So I've got these lovely little pads which are the same size as post-its. So I'll be popping one of those in there. The one I've made is a calendar. It's got a drawer for post-it notes. There's probably space for a pen if you wanted to attach a pen, maybe down the side of the box. And I've even left the top, instead of stamping and putting nice little sentiments, I've left a space for a photograph to go on. So I'm going to show you it is an easel box, so it's nice to give as a gift as well. I haven't decorated the back or the side. You can by all means, but I've used the Pretty Peacocks foil designs, and this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I've cut the cream card down to, let me have a look, I think that's 4 1/8. Oh no, it's 4 by 4, and I've rounded the corners off. I will do in a minute. And my photo was 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. After I attach my photo, I then attach this gorgeous little flower just to give it a bit of decoration. It does sit up. The calendar can be used. It looks pretty on a desk. And who doesn't want to look at a picture of their loved ones, or a picture of your wedding day even. And I've used a brad, which it will pull out. It's just that it's a little bit stiff because it's new. And there's those cute little notepads. You could use sticky notes. You could decorate the inside even. You could use some more of this card. Cut it down to size. Attach your little pad on there. I think we might do that actually. So let me cut this down a little bit more. I'll show you all the pieces you'll need in a minute. It's not obviously the right width, but I'm just going to cut this down to 4 1/4. I'm not going to decorate this one. I'm just going to show you, because I would, and then this will fit in there, she says. Oh, maybe I need to do it 4 1/8 even. I'll just do 4, Gaynor. Let's go to 4 inches. And it just leaves a nice little inch all round. There we go, it fits inside there now. And then you can add your little pad on the top. It's just cute, and it fits in that lovely little drawer just right. Isn't that cute? Isn't that, I love it. I think it's, you could also attach your post-it note up there and use your drawer for something else. That is really sweet. I've got loads of these pads. Top one's a bit mucky, but yeah, that's going to go in that inside. The one we're going to make, this one, I'm going to use the pink in mine. How's that? Keep the blue with the blue. This will sit on my lovely desk now, and then makes a great gift as well. You could put them in little cellophane bags, add a bow. You can, like I say, decorate all the sides if you want. And I found one with a blue jewel. The one I've got for this one hasn't got a blue jewel in it, but I will find a gem to go on the front of that to decorate that up. So I lined it with the plain foil and then the designer series paper over the top. But I think that is uber cute. And it measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Yeah, just over 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it's a decent size. Good little present to give to somebody, especially as it's coming towards the end of the year now. So they make great teacher gifts as well. I've added a couple of little gemstones on there. If you can just see them, so cute. Love it. That's me and Mr. Boyce. Oh, I love him so much. He's so adorable. So this piece, like I say, 4 by 4. This is for our photo mat. I put my, there it is, hiding, my little corner rounder. Perfect. You could even do it on your designer series paper if you want. And this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, I think. Yep. 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's going to go on top of our card box. Again, you could round the corners. Let's do that. I think it'll look pretty cute. So that'll layer up, and then if you do your photo 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 and then corner around those as well, they will look really cute. There we go, got all 4 pieces. Looking for the bits. This piece is to go underneath the box, and that again is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And this piece is 7/8 by 4 1/8, and this piece is 3/4 by 4, and that's going to get glued on. I've got our lovely little brad then, which we'll pop through the centre, and we'll decorate that with a little gem. I've got these, where have they gone? They're not blue. We've got the pretty peacock gems there. Maybe that larger one will go on the front. You don't have to do this. You don't have to have a brad on there. You could use anything. Oh, and that fits on there just right. It says once you can get it in the middle. There we go. That it fits in there beautifully. How sweet is that? And these are the festive gems, I think. Holiday rhinestones, yeah. Perfect match. Perfect. You'll need a hole punch. This little piece measures 3 by 2, and it just houses onto that lovely little calendar right there, and then we'll pop that on dimensionals. And there is a little flower to go on the corner. So you'll need a piece which is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. You'll need a piece that is 4 1/4 by 11 1/4, and you'll need a piece that's 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. And like I say, this piece is 4 by 4. So with our score board, just going to lift those up. Move them out the way for a minute. Ooh. And my little scoring tool. The long one is just so, well, let's start with the smallest piece, which is the 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you're going to score this at 4 1/4, and then it's 6 3/8. And that's all you'll need there. That'll make your easel card. Make sure when you burnish that the joins are together, and then this piece will fold back. So that's that. For the long piece, this is the encasing for the actual drawer, so you will score this at 1 inch, 5 3/8, 6 3/8, and 10 3/4. So you will just, again, make sure they all line up. We'll burnish those in a minute, and then this little piece is where the box will join together. Perfect. So that's that piece, and this is the actual drawer, and we're just going to score this at 1 inch on all 4 sides. You could have done this 7 1/4 by 7 1/4 and reinforced your sides, but it's a dainty little drawer that's just going to house a post-it note, So if you want, you can. If you want to double up, you're more than welcome. I think one is plenty. So we've got our easel. Let's just fold and burnish those again, making sure the ends line up. And the ends line up. That's our easel bit. Now for our lining for our drawer. And my friend Cheryl Adams was mentioning this in chat, because we go in chat every night on one of the premieres of each of the videos, and I asked people for suggestions, and she said, well, she didn't ask me to make it, she just said she was going to make one. And then I said, oh, I made one last year. She said, I'd like to see that. So I said it's a long drawer. She went, oh, I just want it the size of post-it notes. Let me just turn this over. So I thought, why not just make another one? So much simpler, and it's great. And another great craft fair idea. I mean, I wrote on the actual cream piece of card in pencil, place the photo here. And then that way the recipient knows that they can add a photograph of their favourite loved one. And then, you know, add an addition to their desktop. So we're just going to fold this over after removing our tape back in. Give that a good burnish. And there's your little casing. How cute. I'm going to leave the seam at the bottom at the back, and our card then is going to get glued on the bottom just like that. Again, you could have used tape. I like to use glue. You do get that little bit of wiggle space with glue. What a great little project. I have said I will do hopefully 3 craft fair ideas. Make sure that you are gluing this to the front of an opening. You don't want to stick it on like that, because your drawer won't be on there then. So just line that up, squeeze that on, and have a tiny little gap, that's all. Bits on my desk. There we go. So that's our drawer, and our easel part, it'll be on there. So let's make this little drawer while we're here quickly. I'll burnish those in a moment. I like to cut first, so cut up the score line and then just mite it in. And you'll do that on all 4 corners. Try and keep it straight, Gaynor. Last one. There we go. Get rid of those bits. And then just fold them all over and burnish. There we go. Now it's just a matter of gluing, but I always want to make sure I get the glue right up close, and then when that comes together, people just go like this and then try and glue that, but you've got gaping holes there and your box can come apart. So I like to make sure I'm right up close. And then that way when I fold, I don't mind if it oozes out a little bit. I know that's going to stay closed. Perfect. So right along this crease line. Doesn't matter if it oozes out, that's good because you know it's going to be gripped right up to that end. Give you lovely look, and it won't come open. Nice lovely straight lines. Look at that, beautiful. And it's glued all the way to the top. Perfect. So 2 to go. Don't forget, like I say, right up close. Just likes to pinch that because this glue goes off beautiful and quick, and it does dry clear and non-sticky. So if you do get a little bit of it ooze out, doesn't matter because you know it's not going anywhere. Last but no means least, fix that on, give that a good squeeze. A little bit of it oozing out doesn't hurt anyone. If you want then, you can make sure, give it a good press with your bone folder. Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. And now you can attach your little drawer. A tight squeeze that was. Try it this way. It is square, so don't worry. There we go. Bit of a tight squeeze, but there you go. It will wear after time. There we go. So I used this DSP to go right on the end there. I'm going to round those 2 corners. Don't want them poking out. Perfect. Just to neaten everything up and then to start the pattern. You don't want it that way unless you do want it that way, but it's square on. And now I'm going to glue that right on to the back there. So to know where the glue is going, I'm just placing it on here. I mean, I've put bare minimum decoration on this, really, when you think about it. You could really go to town. And, oh, what am I doing? Just going to measure that from behind, making sure it's right along the edge and it's not over either side. And that's perfectly, I put it on the wrong, look what Gaynor did, silly sausage. Don't worry, it dries clear. So get that on. I'm a silly sausage, aren't I? Telling you a lot not to do that, and then I go and do it myself. So don't fold it flat yet, just let that dry. It does just come off. And again, you could add a piece of DSP to the back if you wanted it to, you know, wanted to cover it up. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more glue. Because I did pull it off the other piece. Fingers wet. There we go. So this is the easel part of our card. Oh, I've got what have I got on it now? Glue off my finger. They're not going to see it. I'm talking to myself. So this is the clear, the 4x4 piece. And that is going to go on top of our box. Just so we've got a nice little border all the way round. Beautifully decorated. Make sure it's nice and straight. You can open that out now and give that a burnish. Perfect. Yeah, don't wait for that glue to go off, Gaynor. Right, now I've got another piece. This is going on the bottom. Yeah, beautiful. Perfect. They're just so cute and make wonderful little gifts. So, nice little border all the way around. We're going to take our little calendar now and we're going to adhere that to that lovely piece of foiled card. You can choose any designer series paper you want. I just chose this because I have loads of it left. And I thought it would look gorgeous. And the reason I'm using the vanilla card is because I can't wait to use it up. Because I won't be buying it again. It's not my colour at all. It does nothing for me. I've never liked very vanilla. So just give that a gentle rub. Till that is down. That is cute. It's still a bit damp, so don't go moving it around too much. And then just add your dimensionals. You could have foam tape here, anything a little bit thicker maybe. I like to use these edge pieces up. And I did, you don't have to do what I'm doing right now because I just wanted to make sure there was extra pieces in the middle as well. There's no weight going on it, but I just wanted to make sure it was nicely stuck down. She says when the paper come off. Perfect. My finger's sticking to it. And then we can place this. I mean, you could have had that piece of paper down there, but you're not going to see the photograph then. And then just level that off. Gorgeous. And that's where, which I always find, I close the box and then you get that spring back there. Perfect. With a little pencil now. You don't have to do this. You can do that if you're doing it, got to sell them at craft fairs. Perfect. A little drawer now. I'm going to glue the two together. Just making sure it's quite level. I'm going to pull the drawer out just for a second. And then I can stick that on. I mean, you can do this on the front and at the sides of the box if you want. It fits on there beautifully. Just a nice little border all the way around. and my brad. I'm going to pop this gorgeous little flower inside here so they can attach that after they've added their photo, because I'm only putting a blob of glue in the centre and popping it on the corner, they won't be able to get their photo in. So I'm just going to eyeball this now, hoping it's in the centre. And it will go through the 3. And then I'm going to push my little brad inside. You could, you know, just hold it away a fraction and then open up your tongs so you've got a little pull. So I'm just going to make sure I'm going to add myself a tiny little bit of tape, and I'm not going to remove the backing, obviously not. Just so it doesn't move around. You could, if you wanted to, that's going to stop that from moving now, that's all. It's just going to give you a little section to pull on and it will stop. So this piece, which is the piece I cut out, it's not the perfect size. You could, if you wanted to, I suppose you could get away with, I'd do 4 1/4. Well, I'd do 4 1/8 actually, by 4 1/8. Let's see what I've got. I've got some spare of the foil card here. So let's get a piece, just for the drawer liner. Fingers crossed it goes in, yay! So, 4 1/8. By 4 1/8. Let's get those moved. Let's just check. Oh, perfect. Fits in there, beautiful. I mean, if you wanted as well, you could decorate the sides of your box. Bits in there. I'll just leave that to go off. And I'm going to add that in there, just on top as the decoration. Yeah, I think that looks really cute. So we're following through. And by doing that, it sturdies the bottom of the drawer as well, because you're adding a bit more stability. So I'm going to place this in carefully. Just so I get that little border on either side. And then I'm going to glue down my little note. Just having a look. No. I'm just going to put that in the centre of my little drawer. I mean, if you could get little dinky pens, you could put a couple in down the sides. That would look well cute. And like I'm saying, I'm going to pop the little gem inside. You could even put a little note in there saying, please adhere onto the front once you've added your photo. Oops. Pop our little drawer back in. I think that is so cute. And so elegant looking. Isn't that beautiful? You could add, like I'm saying, anything you want there. I've done it so it's a photo space. I'm just going to grab my little jewel box. There we go. And I want two roughly the same size, so there's one. Two. Oh, what's two over? Yeah, they're about the same size. Okay, they're all different sizes, see. I haven't got another one that size. Not in this box anyway, but I have got more. Perfect. So I'm just going to place tiniest amount of glue on either side. Just wait for that to go off, and it always dries clear, so don't worry. I love this tool. I don't know where the little cases come from, but my friend bought me the pickup tool, and I spotted them in the range. I think they're about £5. Absolutely cute as buttons. Ta-ting! So there we go. There's that gorgeous little project. Like I say, a nice little gift to give to somebody as well. Place photo here. Little gem inside. The glue will dry clear. You know, Gaynor and her OCD. Mine is off, so I'm just going to grab my pokey tool. It's optional, this is, you don't have to do this, but I don't like to see it. So let's put that down. Just going to scrape off the excess. It's going to be photographed in a minute, so I don't want glue poking out everywhere. Oh, there we go. Absolutely love it. Those are different than those. These are a little bit sharp actually. But there we go. There's that gorgeous little project. I hope you like it. I adore it. Love it, love it. Place a photo here. You've got a picture of your loved one. You've got a little gorgeous little box. You've got your calendar and your lovely little post-it note. A little bit stiff, but you get it there in the end. But there we go. And I've even lined and decorated the inside of the drawer. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. You could choose, like I'm saying, to put a decoration on there. Maybe some nice flowers. You could do all sorts of things with this gorgeous little box. I just thought a gorgeous photo of me and Mr. Boyce. Somewhere to place a photo. A little gem inside. There we go. And that will get glued right either side once you've added your photograph. So there we have it. My cute little project and craft fair idea for today. I hope you have a go. I hope you enjoy it. And come back and see what we make tomorrow. Make some more little craft fair. It makes a gorgeous box on its own, but with the easel on top, I think that's so portable. Anyone would like that. It's gorgeously decorated. Beautiful. They can rub out the word place photo here once they put the photo, or they can just leave it there. No one's going to see it. There's a photograph on top. So there we have it. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. That'd be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would really appreciate if you press the subscribe button. Don't forget the little bell. That way you'll get notifications. And I tend to post, like I say, every single day. So come back and see what I make tomorrow. Let me just show you those DSP 4x4. Let me write this. Actually, CC's cardstock should be S. You can choose any cardstock, and then you're going to need one at. Actually, that was 4 1/4. 2x4. It's actually 1x4 1/4. 7/8 by 4 and 1 by 4 1/8. The draw piece. And the cardstock for the place the photo was 4x4. Yeah, that's 4 1/4. Sorry. What's the 4 1/8 for? I can't remember. I have no. I think no. You need 2 of those at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. You need one at 1 by 4 1/4, and one at 7/8 by 4 and one at 4 1/8. That's for the draw piece. But you can have up to 4 of each if you want to do the sides and the back as well. It's entirely up to you. So there's your cardstock and all the pieces. So 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. Score at 4 1/4 and 6 3/8. You're going to need one at 4 1/4 by 11 1/4. You're going to score at 1, 5 3/8, 6 3/8, and 10 3/4. One at 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Score at 1 on all 4 sides, and one at 4 by 4 round corners if you want. Optional. I don't know what that layer's for, but you'll need the DSP at 2. You want 2 at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, 1 at 1 by 4 1/4, and 1 at 7/8 by 4 1/8. If you want to decorate the inside drawer, you will need one at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. That's a layer, like I did with the shiny blue, and then the DSP 4x4. That's if you want to decorate the inside of the drawer. So I'll give you all your measurements. A bit messy, sorry, but hey! There we go. Till next time. Bye now.